There's just one place to celebrate a happy new model year. Acura of Pembroke Pines. Drive away in a new Integra. Only $299 a month at Acura of Pembroke Pines, the #1 volume Acura dealer.
Mic checks echo, I'm the sound of the brawl. Canvas creaks, flesh slaps, bodies rise and fall. Steel cage dreams, no escape. All pain, blood stains mixed with the sweat and the chain. Adrenaline surging my veins, spit fire. Crowd chants feeding my soul's desire. Turnbuckles tremble when my wrath collides. Glory's the belt and I'm taking the pride. Boom. The squared circle where legends collide. Boom. No mercy, just a wild ride. Boom. Lights flash, fist clash, can't resist. Boom. The squared circle digest. Pyros ignite, shadows dance in the glow. Ringside roar, it's a gladiator show. Chokeholds tighter than the grip of the night. Climbing the ropes to new championship heights. The mental battlefield, no room for doubt. Every move calculated, every scream a shout. The bell tolls louder than a sinner's regret. This is the place where the bold never forget. Boom. The squared circle where legends collide. Boom. No mercy, just a wild ride. Boom. Lights flash, fist clash, can't resist. Boom. The squared circle digest. Boom. The squared circle where legends collide. Boom. No mercy, just a wild ride. Lights flash, fist clash, can't resist. Boom. The squared circle digest. Circle Digest!
Our live 7P, the place to be. It is the Squared Circle Digest. I am Sean Stanley. That is the great Frankie Fresco. How are we doing today, sir?
We're doing good, man. We're doing good. Damn, I'm really loud. Let me turn that a little bit
It
low.
doesn't sound that loud to me here, so I don't know. Maybe it's my deafness is probably where I'm at. I think I'm in DEFCON 4 by now. A lot going on, but not a lot going on right now. We got Cena's final match coming up this Saturday at Saturday Night Main Event, so we'll go over a little bit of that card. But I want to go over it a different way when we get to it, Frankie. I don't want to go over who we think's going to win, who we think's going to lose. I want to go over it by saying how we think it would make it better how they did that match would make it better moving forward, if that makes sense.
Yeah, that's a good way to talk about it. Yeah.
All right, so we'll do that. Did you see what I sent you before I even dive too much further into this? Because I don't know if you saw the topics I sent you, if you were able to do them, because I know you're a busy man. So,
yes, I did see some of the topics that you wrote. Yes.
All right. Were you able to do the one where we had to make a list?
No, I wasn't able to do the list, but I was gonna write it. I was gonna do it off the top of my head. So.
Oh, okay. All right, cool. I didn't want to put you on the spot. That's all. And then we're going to start the show by giving our opinions and everything of where we see no right, no wrong. We can argue a little bit about what we think we see or whatever.
Yeah.
But the state of pro wrestling in WWE and AEW right now, Kai already in.
What's up, Kai?
On the chat. And
Kai, I'm always gonna call you Samurai. I know Sean calls you by your name, but I'm gonna call you always Samurai. Just FYI.
I try to be nice to people and give them the respect of calling them by their name.
Sir, that's his name on it.
I mean, Kai's kind of a ninja, but
cool name, actually.
It is what it is there, you know. Frankie, let's just start right here. I don't want to take up a whole lot of time tonight.
Yes.
Talk to for me. You. Right now, let's start with AEW. Let's start with AEW.
Oh.
Right now, what are you thinking? Good, bad, the ugly?
I think okay. The I'm stuttering here. The problem with AEW that I'm seeing right now is that they kind of got some stuff wrong when it comes to like their younger talent and what they're trying to do. Like Kyle Fletcher losing the belt, I felt like that was something that didn't go right for them. I don't know what's the benefit of having Briscoe winning it, but it is what it is. Now, do I like the Continental tournament? They've been running this Continental tournament for a couple of years now, and it's been good. I'm not gonna lie. I like the tournament, but it's it does get redundant, right? It does get redundant, and what are you gonna do? The hardcore fans are gonna like it and still watch it. The casual fan is gonna be like, I already saw this. Why do I want to see it again? So I think that's the problem with the AEW side, that they're running the same thing over and over. And of course it's for the Okada belt. And Okada did finally lose. He lost a couple weeks ago to Kyle Fletcher. Um, it- I think that's where they're dropping the ball. I feel like their wrestling matches will always deliver, but they're just too redundant. And when it comes to their young talent, I think they made a mistake having Kyle Fletcher lose. Um, and then he's not even competing for the AEW main belt. And then again, you give the belt to Samoa Joe, and there's nobody new. You understand me? So it's Hangman, Samoa Joe, John Moxley. It's the same guys over and over. I would like a new face to be the world champion. I think that's where they are missing Will Ospreay.
Yeah, I think that's a big void. I think that'd be a big void wherever Will Ospreay is at if he's not there, anyways. But I agree with you on a lot of it. I think it is an over redundant on the Continental Classic, and then you're bringing out new titles. But then the Continental title really, it shouldn't be a title anymore. If Okada can lose it, if he doesn't make it in this, he doesn't even get to defend the title.
Why is he even in the tournament?
It's like a trophy. It's really a trophy. They should make this the Continental Classic should be a trophy, not a belt. Because Okada wins it, and he keeps his, but it's like, he doesn't really defend a lot of. I mean, how many times has Okada defended a title? No. I mean, recently he's defended a couple times, but like he's not really wrestling a whole lot. So I think they would have been better off making it, and also instead of putting Takada and Takeshita, which I think ultimately
that was a story.
That's what, but I think you're going to get that in the finals here. I think that's what you're going to get, which to me is you're have a chance to put some younger guys in this to build them, and instead you're continuing a storyline between Okada and Takeshita because Okada is the tournament master. And so now he's the greatest tournament wrestler. And it's like, yes, but why do we have to do that to keep this angle going when the angle can go on its own and you could boost up younger talent and get more, Darby got taken out of the tournament and now Jack Perry, I think, took his place. But I mean, it's just like, at least the good matches, I understand that. But again, if you give the milk away for free, why am I going to spend $50 on it? And the interesting thing that happened this week was, and again, I don't know where it stands right now because I heard Paramount came in with a $170 billion bid for sports and the rights. But I do know Netflix was told they were able to buy it for $82 billion, just the streaming side, or not the streaming side. The streaming side would still be, or no, I'm sorry. No, they'd have the streaming side. They would not have TNT, TBS, and the channels there. How would that go on to affect moving forward? I don't know. And again, it may not affect anything because shit, Netflix could just be like, hey, I'll take both your, we'll keep both your programs. But now what are they looking for in viewership?
Wouldn't that be a
problem?
Wouldn't that be a conflict of interest though?
Why? It'd be a monopoly, honestly.
But don't you think WWE is going to say something to Netflix and AEW is going to say something to Netflix at the same time?
If they're paying $10 billion to WWE would be the nice little soldier and be like, okay,
Okay, maybe, yeah.
okay.
It's
All
just,
right.
have we ever had that happen? That one channel has rivalry networks in one thing. Has that ever happened? I don't think we've ever seen that before. Right?
No,
I
I
don't.
know.
I don't.
I
I
don't think.
don't
I mean,
think
not
it's
like that. No.
chat. Let us know if you
Yeah,
could
I'm trying to think
recall.
back. I know WWE one day ran on TBS,
Yes,
and
for the
then Ted
WCW,
Turner
remember?
ended up buying it and was like, never happened again. You know, that's when it went. The whole Monday Night War started because,
No, and
the
when
hatred between McMahon and Ted Turner started there.
I remember when WWE bought WCW, you had WWE and being showcased on both WWE programming and WCW
Well,
programming.
yeah, because that was part of the deal. They never had. But the reason they bought it for so cheap was because they wouldn't keep. They wanted TNT to keep it going so they could keep WCW open and running. They wanted to run both, but they wouldn't. And that's when Vince said, "Okay, then I'll just give you, cheap money and give me the library because other than that, it's not worth it without TV time." Which is the same thing Eric Bischoff said. I'll buy the company, but if you're not giving us TV time, this is worthless.
Yeah, I don't know any other network that would have rivalry companies in the same programming. That's crazy. Like I don't know. I don't think I've ever had that happen.
Yeah, no,
I mean,
and
for a
then
long period of time, right?
I mean, and then also look, this is the other thing too with AEW, and again, with all the numbers that are going out now, they're doing it in a different way. I understand all that, but you're still only getting 496 as a viewership.
Yeah, they had a really bad.
I mean, and you're putting on these, to me, some kick-ass matches, but it's not translating, man. And that's where, to me, I feel like the AEW problem is because people will go and get their pay-per-views because they deliver on pay-per-view because it's all about matches.
but
Problem is, nobody believes in their product week to week.
look at this. Look at the Continental, and you got Eddie Kingston versus Samoa Joe. This I think is this weekend, right?
Yeah.
Tomorrow.
Mhm.
So a lot of people are not big fans of Eddie Kingston, right? He's not a big popular guy. He's popular for the hardcore fans, but
Yeah, he's a
not big.
hardcore guy.
He's a hardcore guy. But then if you look at the Continental, right? The Continental Classic, you have John Moxley. We already see them. Obviously, the fight that he had with Claudio Castagnoli. Another guy that we have, Takeshka, we've already seen. They have Orange Cassidy. Nope, Orange Cassidy has kind of diminished in a while. Then you got two new guys, Máscara Dorada, which is from CMLL, and then you also have Roderick Strong. And then on the gold side, you had Okada, you have Kyle Fletcher, you have, and those are the two biggest ones, right? Because then all the other ones are Speedball Bailey, Kevin Knight, Pac, and now Jack Perry. So again, I mean, I like the fact that they're doing some of the young guys, Speedball Bailey.
Yeah, but those guys are
Kevin
already
Knight,
established, though. Kevin Knight and Speedball established himself as tag team guys. You know what I'm saying? I mean, and I get that Orange is kind of sizzled out, but it's still a known commodity. Like bring in some guys that are not getting a lot of TV time. Where the hell's Sammy Guevara? Where the hell's all these guys? That the ROH guys that were AEW guys that give them some TV time, man. Like I don't need to see. And again, to me, it's over redundance of just trying to be like, oh, we're going to give you the great matches because we can control it. And the interesting thing too, and this will go with when WWE did the John Cena tournament. Remember, we did the brackets here, right?
Mm-hmm.
WWE controlled that because the brackets didn't match up by what was happening. So they reset every time. Just because LA Knight won this one didn't mean he was taking on after he took on Jey Uso, didn't mean he was moving on to, that next opponent. They controlled all that. Whereas AEW is just like, hey, here you go. These are the people he's going to wrestle. This is when they're going to wrestle. And at points, and again, this is more of, the old school me. It diminishes when, again, you're watching this whole Continental Classic. Some of these matches could be pay-per-view matches in the future.
Yeah.
but you've taken some of the lure off of them because you have 20 minutes and somebody's winning most of the time, not all the time, but you have a 20-minute match. I mean, Kyle Fletcher beat Okada in less than 20 minutes.
I would have thought that would have been a draw.
That's what I thought they were. That would have been smart to me.
But they haven't had any draws. Everybody's been either win or
everybody's
loss.
been getting beat or it's clean.
And then the other thing, what Adrian says, WWE will always have fans. They go after the kids and condition them early. Think about this. We're getting tired. Like we were having this conversation, I think last week, where we were mentioning, hey, the top guys for WWE, and it was like the old guys. You know, we were saying Brock Lesnar, Seth Rollins, Roman Reigns. We were saying that, and then we were comparing them to the Attitude Era, right? And in the Attitude Era had 10, 15 guys that were like, yo, these guys could all deliver, while the WWE era, this era right now, only had like about 5 or 6, right? Think about AEW. If we do that same comparison, say beginning AEW versus now AEW, they don't have that big roster. They go with the same guys over and over again.
And they've lost some because MJF isn't on TV right now. Adam Cole, as injured.
Brian Danielson.
Cody's gone. Danielson's out.
Danielson is doing commentary now.
Yeah, which that's become. I heard a story about that, which I don't know whether it's true or not, but we'll see if he shows up. Keeps showing up on commentary.
Well, what is the little?
He's not so happy like traveling every week.
Really?
Yeah.
But I thought he wanted to be a commentator.
I think he did, but I also think, remember, when he was wrestling, when he wasn't there, he wasn't there.
So he wasn't traveling.
Yes. So as a commentary, he's traveling more. So the interesting thing to me that when I look at that whole story, I look at it and say, okay, if he's worried about traveling and everything else, I feel like Bree's coming back to WWE. Because WWE would allow Bree to bring the kid, but then Danielson wouldn't be there. He would be going to AEW for work, basically.
Mm-hmm.
So that means Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Danielson doesn't see his kid.
I mean, that's a good point. That's a good point. And then obviously the other guys the Will Ospreay is another one that we lost. Yeah. They lost Penta and Rey Fenix that were really good talent.
Swerve just came back. I mean, he was out for a little while.
They also lost Malachi Black, which is Aleister Black now. So they've lost talent. And like you said, the guys like Sammy Guevara and all those guys have disappeared. No more Dustin either. I haven't seen Dustin in a minute.
Well, he had both knees replaced. He won't be back for at least a year.
That's true. I remember. Yeah. So he's gone as well. Mm-hmm. So they've lost a lot of guys. And then keep in mind, the Ricky Starks, actually. Ethan Page, Jay Cargill. You got all these people that left to the WWE now, and you don't have that same. Look at the women's side. All you have is pretty much Toni Storm and Mercedes Moné. Maybe you could squeeze in a little bit the Toni Storm's friend, the other Asian girl that's in there.
They have a lot of good talent, just not established talent. That's the problem. I like Julia Hart, Sky Blue. I think they've got the talent there. They're just not established like Mercedes Moné and Toni Storm. And I don't think they're doing good enough job to really freaking establish them, honestly.
Well, did you hear Tony Khan? He was actually contemplating doing a whole AEW women's pay-per-view.
Yeah. No, I think they got the women to do it. I just don't know, again, you've got to start establishing some of them more than just being, mid-card. You got to push them a little bit to show them what they can do. Put them in there. They can lose. I'm not saying they got to go up there and win, but put them up there against Mercedes Moné. Show what they can do. Show that they belong.
They've never made.
They don't do that.
They've never been they've never ended a show.
Sammy, thank you.
They've never been. Yes, thank you, Finn Sammy. And what's up, EA Minutes?
Hi, Adrian, what's up, man? Sorry, I didn't see him there.
There's never been a pay-per-view ending with a women's fight being the last fight of the night or anything like that. Because even when they had.
Yeah, they did, didn't they? Toni Storm and Mariah May did.
That wasn't the last fight of the night.
The one when they were in Toni Storm's hometown when she lost. That was the last match.
On a pay-per-view?
Yeah, the one
That was not the last match.
that wasn't the last. Are you sure?
That wasn't the last match. No,
Oh, you know what? It wasn't a pay-per-view. It was a Dynamite. It was a Dynamite.
it was a Dynamite,
Mhm.
which made no freaking sense because it could have
Yeah.
been it should have been a pay per view. But yeah, that's something that could have happened. That they like that should have been a main event pay per view ending the night. But they've never done that. Tony Khan has never put in a main event. I mean, he's done Mercedes like a triple main event, and he's added the Mercedes Moné, Tony Storm as the main
Yeah.
event in it and stuff like that. But never the last match being a women's match. I've never seen him do that.
And for all the talk about the women's division there, you'd think
at least
they'd
he would
have
have
already
done
done
one.
that. We might be missing something there. We have to. I'm going to double check this. I'm not saying you're wrong. I can't remember one either. Honestly, can't. Pay-per-view now, not Dynamite,
Pay-per-view.
not the little collisions, the specials they used to run, Battle of the Belts, all
Yeah,
that.
none of those.
Pay-per-view. I think you may be right. I'm trying to think back.
They've always had. I've seen them that they've had like triple main events.
Yeah,
and
and
they've
be
had
one after the
Mercedes.
other, but the women didn't finish last, is what
But
you're
never,
saying.
I've never seen the women finish one last. I've never seen one where Mercedes Moné is the last match or Tony Storm is the
Mhm.
last match or any of those. I've always seen either Moxley or one of the guys always wrestling
Yeah.
as the last match. So,
Yeah, I think
and
you're
then
right.
where's Edge? I mean, or Adam Copeland? We don't know where he. So there's a lot of people that were like. So think about it. If we want a fresh a breath. How do you say it? A fresh of breath air? No, damn it. I'm
a
having,
breath of fresh air.
There you go. Thank you, Jesus Christ. I'm having a rough
I'll
day.
be here all night.
On the WWE side, think about the AEW side. The people feel the same way with the AEW
Yeah.
side. Like,
But
you're
also,
not
what's
getting-
funny,
getting
and this
go-
is what I was
going
going to say about WWE side, is I don't think us as wrestling fans, and I'll throw me in there in a little bit, but I don't think they could handle like a breath of fresh air. Everybody wants such a,
What's up, Bobby? Hell
Hey,
yeah!
what's up, Bobby? Everybody wants the star now. They don't like the storytelling or the bringing up. It takes too long. It's like they want the instant gratification. Society that we're in now. I don't know that some wrestling fans would allow for a star to be actually, built up from the ground. They've got to come in, at 75, 80% and then elevate instead of coming in at the ground and slowly watching this guy, grow up in the business. Like Braun Breaker. Think about it.
Yeah, he's growing up. So is
what
Dom.
I'm saying? We've actually watched him go from NXT all the time. We've always said, I believe, pretty much he's a star in the making.
Yes.
He's rough on the edges. He's there.
What's up, Josh?
And they've never pulled the the string to elevate him to the top. He got to the Intercontinental, and then he kind of toyed around in that area. And then now it looks like they're gonna push him up now with this, with the vision thing. I think.
I just got mad that he this past on Monday, and I didn't catch all of it, guys. I saw the highlights. I was telling Sean about this, but from what I saw, apparently he didn't insult CM Punk's dog. He said that he was gonna take AJ Lee, that he was gonna take his wife as well. But you gotta take a shot at the dog, man. Like especially that ugly looking dog. You gotta.
No,
You're a heel,
bro. No, but see, here's the thing. Like most time, I don't know that CM Punk would okay that at the moment, dude. That dog was everything for them, man.
No, man, but
Like-
Sean, come on, man. We had who was it? I think it was there was one topic we had a couple maybe about a year ago where it was sensitive where somebody died and they used that in the storyline. I forgot who it was. I think it was in AEW. And you were like, and I was like, bro, they went like that's too extreme. Like you can't use somebody's death in the storyline, but they had used it. I don't remember if it was in AEW or WWE.
Here's the thing, though. Here's the problem. There's only two things. There's three things CM Punk loves: wrestling, AJ Lee,
Frankie Fresco?
and Larry.
Damn it. The damn dog beat me.
And let me tell you something. That dog was there. That dog traveled everywhere with them.
That dog was fugly, bro. That dog was
Hey, I'm
ugly
not
as hell.
saying anything about the looks of the dog. I get you.
I
It
don't
was
know how
an
they like
easy.
that dog.
It really is an easy thing to poke fun at.
That was an ugly
But
dog,
the
bro.
fact that they didn't, I think, was more out of respect for CM Punk, and that's why they did the AJ Lee comment instead of throwing
No
Larry
doubt,
out there.
no doubt. I get it because you guys know that I lost Rocco
Yes,
this year.
yes.
So
I was actually gonna bring that up and be like, you should know, like that
of
feeling. Would
course.
you want somebody
But here's the
to,
thing, Sean. Here's the thing, Sean. This is wrestling.
Yes,
This is
but here's
wrestling.
you know what? I'll take it back. I think, and I didn't catch it all either, but I understand. I don't believe CM Punk was there.
I don't think he was either. No.
I
Not
think
because the
you
whole-
do that comment when CM Punk is there, and then that's when he snaps.
So you do think that CM Punk will allow it eventually?
I think, yeah, but I think it's a cheap shot with him not there.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Like if he's there and it's an instant, I'm whooping your ass. Not that him taking AJ Lee shouldn't be an instant, I'm kicking your ass. But
You know
you're messing with Larry, you're messing with my dog.
You know what he should do as an asshole move?
Dude,
Braun Breaker next time should come out with that jacket.
no, you know
That
what?
would be
You know
so
what? Braun
good.
Breaker should go, and any old fans would know this. He should go totally Rick Rude. Have AJ Lee on the crotch of his tights, and Larry on the top.
Wow. I don't know, man. I don't know if
or
Braun
Larry
Breaker
on
wants
the
to do all
back,
that.
and you wear all of that stuff, and then you come out and you take off the jacket, and it's like, what the hell is going on here?
I mean, yeah. I mean, dude. If he, for me, I don't think he'll go that extreme. But I think if he was somehow able to wear the jacket that says Larry's dad or whatever the thing said, I think that would be a diss, like, dude.
Yeah,
And then
because I don't know if you remember wrestling back in the day, but Rick Rude wore Jake the Snake Roberts' wife on his tights.
he did.
And he used to do the thing where he'd shake his hips, and it was his wife's face.
Whoa,
on his
sir.
tights.
How did Ravishing Rick Rude used to shake himself?
Oh, he used to shake the hips like that.
That is not how he used to do, sir.
Yeah,
He didn't have to. He'd be like,
yeah. Yeah, there you go. There you go. You ain't getting me, buddy. You ain't getting me.
Yeah, Ravishing Rick Rude. We're getting TVMA in this bitch. Sorry.
Yeah,
sorry,
he is.
Sorry, guys. Sorry. Took it too far. But
No, the masked man is not Adam Cole because he would have broke his ankle.
you saw the thing I sent you guys that it would have been cool if it's Vince McMahon. Oh, that would be so good if it was Vince. Oh,
Dude, what I find funny is that WWE is using different people. That's not the same guy that scaled the cage. That wasn't the same guy last night.
really?
No. Yep. And I didn't look at the two to even see if it was the same guy on both attacks.
Wow, that's an interesting suggestion there, sir.
Yeah, because I think they're trying to, I think everybody there like, oh shit, we messed up by throwing that one out there.
As long as it isn't some whack ass group that is doing like the Dark State of NXT or some shit like that coming out of the blue or something like that.
Well, I mean, at this point, you never know with WWE, but it would be very interesting to see.
Adrian wants you to shake your shit, bro.
No, man. No, the masked man is not Sean because Sean ain't climbing no goddamn cage.
Well, that's why I wish it was Vince. I would have wanted it to be Vince, but obviously Vince can't climb that fence like that either.
You want to take off the mask and be like, it was me.
That would have been.
It was me, CM Punk. It was me all along.
Imagine if that was Vince, man. That would be a great ass storyline. Or you know what? To spice up WWE, why doesn't Triple H get involved again? Kind of like what Vince did.
Yeah, I think the heart issues. He's out. He's done.
Because of the heart situation?
Yeah, I believe. You don't even want to take that damn chance, man, of friggin' pacemaker pick up and he dropped dead in the ring. No.
That's a good point. You're right about that one. Then bring Shane McMahon. Let Shane O'Mac do it.
You're right. The masked man seems to be working with Logan Paul. That's the interesting part. Both times he saved Logan Paul last night.
Is it one of Logan Paul's buddies?
I don't know.
It's not I Show Speed. It's the other guy.
Oh my God! Imagine if it is I Show Speed.
No, it was
because Randy Orton trained him.
Orton
trained him, and now
but I Show Speed is too small. It's the guy that you thought that looked like R-Truth. The hell is his name? Forgot his name.
Sinat or whatever, is that it?
Kai Cenat. Kai Cenat. It could be Kai Cenat.
Like
It could be him. It could be. It would be good. You know what? I kind of like the fact that if they spice it up and they give us random people or random
Yeah,
group,
but here's the problem.
and
Once
then
he
it's
takes
Seth,
the mask
and
off,
then it's Seth who ordered all these guys. That's Seth's group right there, sending to
yeah,
attack these people.
but the
And
problem is
Logan Paul,
oh my goodness.
Logan Paul. How do you say? Deflects, gets out of that vision, and he's really a heel turn just to help Seth freaking Rollins. Now that would be amazing, sir.
Josh has some there. Watch it be his brother.
His brother's too big.
But here's the thing. No matter who it is, if it's not one of the 3 or 4 people you're thinking of, this is the worst booking ever.
Why?
Tell me I'm wrong. Tell me I'm wrong. If the person that takes off this mask and it's not Vince McMahon and it's not Seth Rollins and it's not this, everybody's gonna be like, what the hell is Triple H doing? There's no winning in this. That's why they haven't taken the mask off yet, because I think ultimately
flip
it was gonna be Austin Theory, and then they were like, they're gonna shit all over this.
And maybe this look, if you're throwing, look how you corrected their fuck up, right? All of a sudden, you have more than one mask guy. Let's say it is more than one mask guy. And let's say it's 3 guys. And then all of a sudden, you see kind of like what they did with the Grand Americano. I forgot. I had to look at the mask to remember his name. When they had the 3 different Grand Americanos, which I don't know where the hell the other Americanos went. But anyways, all of a sudden you see these 3 masked man. And then all of a sudden, you run this as much as you can to see how long Seth is going to take to recover. And then once they reveal themselves, it's because Seth has been the one sending these guys out to go hurt all these people.
Yeah, I mean, you could do it. I mean, if the problem though is everybody wants the instant gratification of who's the masked guy. We need to know right now. Can they spring it out that long? Because again, I've watched this twice happen. Once in AEW when they did the Devil. And then this other time, long time ago, they did the Black Scorpion. It was Sting and all this stuff. And then it ended up being Ric Flair returning back to WCW. And it wasn't the same. When he took the mask off, he cut his hair. And it was like a little, like, you know, the hair that he had now. And it's like, It didn't have the same pop because they had a guy in the back doing the voice the whole time, fake voice. And he was standing up there, and it's like
it has to be somebody right for it, because remember with the whole Devil thing in AEW, what screwed it over was that we all wanted it to be Tony Khan at the end of the day. We did. We both wanted it to be Tony Khan.
Yeah, because I thought it would have changed everything. It's the easy way out is it being either MJF, which they were saying it was, or which ended up being Adam Cole. Those were the safe plays. Because nobody's going to poo-poo on either one because it's going to turn out good.
Yes.
If you wanted to make a big, bold move, that was the time to turn Tony Khan.
He would have gotten so many fans.
And instead, he got his ass whooped and wore a fucking neck collar on the NFL draft to get publicity.
Dumb. Very dumb. Very ridiculous.
Good job, TK.
Very dumb on his part. Missed opportunities. You only get those every once in a blue moon.
You know what's funny? I think that's what the state of pro wrestling is right now. Missed opportunities.
I like it, bro. I agree.
I think that puts a bow on this whole damn thing right there. Nice, to the point. Boom. Missed opportunities by both AEW and WWE. Or if you're watching this and you're an AEW fan, missed opportunities by both WWE and AEW. I don't want to put one before the other because then they're going to be like, oh my goodness, he doesn't like one or the other. I don't like either. Both terrible.
You're right. I think it is missed opportunities because when we want certain things to happen, it never happens. So
they play it too safe. They play it really safe. And we're going to talk, let's do this Saturday Night Main Event now because I wanted to do this because, look, I want to do it the way we're going to do it by saying what we think should go down to help boost the show. Because, to be honest, I think it's going to be a lot of the safe play.
Well, before we go to Saturday night and our picks, I will say this: I was a little bit surprised. I don't know if you got to see it. The NXT premium live event. I
Mhm.
was surprised that Obafemi ended up beating Ricky Saints. That shocked me because now Cody has to go against Obafemi. So here's my thing, my way of thinking. If Obafemi beats Cody Rhodes, right? Wouldn't that mean Obafemi should get elevated to the main roster? But he's the NXT champion, so he's gonna have to go back to the NXT roster. And if Obafemi loses to Cody Rhodes, that definitely hurts Obafemi. I think they dropped the ball on that one. I don't think Obafemi should have won that. I
No,
think
I think, and we'll start with that match right now since we're going there. I think Obafemi should dominate Cody Rhodes.
should he win the match though?
I think he should win the match. I believe they're exhibitions, right? They're all
Yes,
exhibitions.
they're not. They're
no
not
titles, nothing on the line. Yes, because now you have put him there. So now when he makes his main roster debut, he could be an instant opponent for Cody.
But then, do you want him to he's gonna have to go back to NXT? So when
No,
he
no,
goes
he'll
back
go
to
back
NXT,
to NXT now, but he holds a victory over the champion.
oh no, that has a really good point. Ricky Saints comes in during the match and helps his old buddy and cost Obafemi the match. You know what? That's another good
Yeah,
thing.
but
If
that's
Obafemi
WWE
loses-
playing it safe. That's WWE playing it safe. That's what I believe is going to actually happen. Because
So maybe
you can't
hold on.
pin Cody, but to me, I think Obafemi should come out there and Cody get a couple things in first, and then Oba just takes over and finishes him, and everybody's just standing there like, what the hell did we just see?
All right, hold on a second. Then let me just rewind for like 2 seconds and say the state of wrestling is really not missed opportunities, but more of playing it safe.
Well, because you missed the opportunities by playing it safe.
But playing it safe has always been their route. So
Playing
maybe
safe is everybody's route. Once it gets to the point of no return, it's always been the safe play in wrestling. It always has.
but you could play it safe for certain situations.
Think about this. The one time they didn't play it safe was one of the biggest implosions in wrestling. NWO. Hogan goes heel. If Hogan doesn't go heel and they played the safe route, which was going to be Sting, is NWO what it is today?
No,
Or what it
absolutely.
was then and
again,
now?
And I'll give you another example too, which they didn't play it safe either. Was when I don't think it was supposed to happen. I think the fans changed it. Was when The Rock and the whole Cody thing,
Yeah.
when it was going to be The Rock versus Roman Reigns, and
Reigns, yeah.
then
They let the organic stuff happen,
and
the
moved
fans
Cody out of
spoke.
yeah, and then the fans spoke, and then it blew up to the point where
Yes.
we're like, holy crap! All of a
Yeah.
sudden, this WrestleMania is legit
And
as hell.
remember this though, because if you watched what The Rock was saying, it was his suggestion to make the turn. I think if it was up to WWE, they still would have went ahead and did the Rock Roman. Rock's like, no, that's not going to work.
Well, did you hear the John Cena Chris Van Fleet interview
Mhm.
where John Cena was saying that a lot of times he suggested a lot of things, and WWE and TKO would tell him, "No, we don't want to do that. Let's try this instead." But John Cena was cordial and he was respectful and said, "Hey, sometimes your ideas are not always going to work, so I understand why WWE switches it for you." I think that's one of the things that I don't think Tony Khan does. I think that's
Well,
I think
the
that's
other
you have a little bit of both. You feel me?
Yeah, but the other problem is this: Cena doesn't know what the TKO WWE is doing down the road. So what they do for that one time for Cena could affect storylines down the road.
Yeah, but see, this is where I was getting with this.
Mhm.
I think what happens is AEW is that the wrestlers tell Tony Khan, "Hey, this is what gives them an idea," and I don't think Tony Khan rejects it. I think most of the time Tony Khan says, "Okay, I'll do it and I'll run with it," and then he'll put his little tweaks in it. And then when it comes to the WWE side, I think wrestlers give suggestions to the WWE storytellers, and they turn it down, and then they switch it and do what they want to do. And I think you have to find a balance between both of those companies to that way it could actually produce good storytelling.
Well, I think right now WWE is getting toward that balance a little bit more then AEW is more of a wrestler's, creativity, working with the thing. Before, WWE used to be, VKM or the highway.
Yeah.
You don't want to do that? Then go. Now they're actually getting input in, which is why you're seeing a lot of a lot of the performers being more comfortable because it's what they want to do or they've had a say in how it's going to go. They're not being forced to be something they're not. Stardust. You know what I'm saying? Like they're not being forced to be the dumb shit that was being thrown out before. I mean,
Yeah.
It's the only thing I would have question on the whole thing with the whole Cena run at the end is like, what was the laid out plan for Cena turning heel?
Yeah, I think the
Like, what was the end result? If it was only because it was going to be Cena, Rock, and Travis Scott, like that's stupid.
they kind of left us like that was such an incomplete story, right?
Well, because Travis Scott did whatever happened with them, and
Yeah, but you
they
still
got
have
rid
Rock,
of him, and
you
then
still have Cena.
huh?
Yeah, but you still had Rock and you still have Cena. Travis Scott was just a third wheel. You could have you don't need Travis Scott, to be honest with you, at the end of the day.
Yeah, but I don't think everything's as nice and comfy as everybody says with The Rock and Triple H and whatever that whole hierarchy is there. I don't think everything is, because here's the thing. If it is that way, then why would The Rock not have shown up to at least, put a bow on the whole Cena heel thing? He's never come back. It's just been dropped.
Maybe he's been too busy filming crappy movies.
Yeah, but again, then I go back to what was the plan the whole time? Because once Cena didn't have Rock or Travis Scott or any of that, it was a freaking lost angle. Like, there was nothing else to it. There's no substance to it.
You know what? Now that you bring it in, and again, here's like little nuggets here, right? Like you guys brought Stardust, right? Like whoever does, like, why wouldn't you have a heel for Cody Rhodes that would actually dressed up as Stardust,
Yeah.
and then attack him like that, and then bring back that memory of Cody Rhodes and him being Stardust and how shitty he was back in the day as Stardust, and then all of a sudden you create another storyline where they're making a mockery of him. You're like, because the same crap happens every single time. Hey.
See,
Drew McIntyre attacks Cody Rhodes. Oh, Cody Rhodes attacks
here's
Drew
what
McIntyre.
I would do. Check this out. What if, like, the whole thing they're doing with Aleister Black? Aleister Black starts playing mind games, and then all of a sudden Cody comes out as Stardust to come back as mind games at Aleister Black. Like, you can have mind games on Cody Rhodes, but you ain't going to mind game Stardust. I'm the master of mind games.
I don't know. I don't think Cody wants to be Stardust.
Cody does not want to be Stardust.
That was like a moment in his wrestling career he regrets. I can
Yeah,
tell you
he wants to be like, oof.
But going back to the Obafemi Cody Rhodes thing, I mean, I honestly feel that, okay, I don't have a problem with Cody winning, but if Cody does win, it can't be clean. It has to be like what I think one of you guys on the chat board,
No doubt said, and again, I agree with you. Cody doesn't win clean. But if you really want to put an oh shit to this thing, because I have a feeling this is going to be the last match. I think Cena's the first match.
He is. Do you agree with that though?
Well, that's what he wanted.
I know that's what he wanted, but then again, half of the stuff that he suggested.
But that's where I think like a lot of these people, a lot of this stuff is like people don't think of like Cena does not care about. I remember there was like a 5 or 6 year period where he lost at every WrestleMania.
Yeah, that's true. He
lost to Austin Theory at WrestleMania.
Yeah, Bobby was talking all this crap, and I told him, bro, Austin Theory beat John Cena. And he was like, on their show on Saturday, because I actually caught a little glimpse of him, and I was going back and forth with Bobby, and shout out to Bobby and also Adrian, because I wish I could have been on that show together, because I know we were trying to work something out, but I got to work this weekend. But the pre-show, let us know if I think we're good for the pre-show, so let me know if we're gonna do that. But and I'm pretty sure Sean probably might be jumping in as well if he's available. But at the end of the day, again, like you said, there has to be something that makes it not playing as safe, especially now that you're putting these matches after the John Cena. Remember what happened in SummerSlam? That the John Cena match was the best one. So if the John Cena and Dom Mysterio match was the best one, let's say this Gunther and John Cena match is the best one, then all of us are going to be bitching about the remaining matches because those matches better live up to expectation because you got real big shoes to fill if that John Cena Gunther match lives up to expectation, which is supposed to live up to expectation, right?
Yeah, but I think that's also why they did. You don't have your CM Punk versus, Braun Breaker on this match because then I think there would be expectations. These are all exhibitions, so there's no really expectations. Bailey versus Sol Ruca,
That's
I
a
think
hell. That's a banger.
will be a listen on paper. The two matches that they announced with AJ and Dragon Lee against Javon and Leon Slater and Sol Ruca Bailey, those are kick-ass matches, man.
No. For me, I feel that AJ Dragon Lee versus Javon and Leon Slater, that's a whack. I'm not a big fan of that match. That's just me. I guess I'm not sold on Leon Slater. I know Leon Slater is really good, and I'm not sold on Dragon Lee. I'm excited to see what AJ and Javon are able to do in that match.
I think when we finish this, you're gonna text me and be like, okay, that was a pretty kick-ass match.
I wouldn't be surprised, but
There's gonna be a lot of you know what it's going to be? It's gonna remind you of an AEW tag team match, I believe.
I'm excited about Bailey and Sol Ruca. Oh my God, my girl Sol Ruca, baby! It's time that they move her out of NXT, bro. Bring her over to the main roster.
And you know what's funny is I think they gave her the perfect opponent in Bailey because Bailey could take a loss or Bailey could take a win. She's not there, you know what I'm saying? So now with the whole Sol Ruca thing, if you want to bring her in, have her beat Bailey, now you bring her in and you've got a built-in, again, just like with Obafemi and Cody, you've built in her coming to the roster, beating a veteran presence in Bailey. And Bailey being the whacked out shit that she does, you'd be like, oh no, you didn't beat Bailey, you beat the role model. Now you're going to take on Bailey or whatever. Because she's got like 13 personalities now.
Yeah, she does.
So with the Bailey thing, it'd be like, oh, you didn't beat the real Bailey. You beat the hugger Bailey or whatever the hell it is that night. You know what I'm saying? So in this match, that's what I like about them, though. The way they did it is like you didn't put her up in there against like Jade Cargill, against Sol Ruca, and it's like, okay, what are we going to do here? No, it's Bailey who could work with her and Sol Ruca at the same time, just make her look great.
Well, before we make our predictions of who we think are going to win, right? Let me ask you this, because here's a very interesting thing that's happening here. You got a veteran like Bailey against Sol Ruca. You have a veteran Cody versus Obafemi. You got an AJ Styles Dragon Lee versus an up and coming Javon and Leon Slater. John Cena and Gunther is whatever. Does this hurt any of the young bucks from NXT if they lose?
I mean, to be honest, no.
Why not?
But you could definitely propel them if you let them win. Again, coming from NXT, I mean, Obafemi is an interesting one because you look at him and you go, Obafemi should be able to take care of Cody Rhodes.
All day.
All day, all night. Sol Ruca Bailey, you can look at and be like, it's a toss-up.
That is a toss-up.
You know what I'm saying? So, like, to me, you're not hurting them if they lose. But to me, the better story is that they win.
But then you're predicting all the NXT people are going to win then.
No, I got Dragon Lee and AJ Styles winning the tag team title. Keeping the tag team titles.
But I don't think any of them are for the belts. I don't think the
Well, no, but I mean, I think they are. Yeah, they are for the titles. That one's for a title.
The tag team belts is on the line for the AJ Dragon Lee.
Oh no, they just put World Tag Team Champions, non-title match. So no, but I still think Dragon Lee and them find a way to win it. But I do think Obafemi and Sol Ruca could walk out victorious.
I am okay. So let's go with our picks, right? So first the Cody Rhodes and the Obafemi one. And for me, like I said, Cody Rhodes doesn't need to win. Obafemi would be elevated if he wins this match. But here's what Josh said, I think it was, or no doubt, one of them said it, that if Ricky Saints comes in and interferes, then it makes sense for Obafemi to lose. Now, I don't think that's playing it safe, Sean. I really don't think so.
I do, because this is why I think it's playing it safe. You're still doing an NXT storyline in an exhibition match. if the title's on the line, and Cody loses the title, if he gets beat by Obafemi, then I could see shenanigans. There is nothing on the line. It's mano y mano. Veteran, main roster versus NXT new talent. The best way to put a fire under Obafemi's ass and shoot him up to the top is for him to come in and beat the world champion on Saturday Night Main Event.
Okay, but you say Obafemi to beat the world champion. But this is the same world champion that beat Brock Lesnar. This is the same world champion that beat Roman Reigns. So you're telling me Obafemi's better than Brock? He's better than Roman Reigns? That's
he beat them after. This is, I believe this might be the first time he's taken on Obafemi, right?
I think so. I don't think I've ever seen those two guys fight.
I don't know that he beat Brock the first time he versed him, and I know he didn't beat Roman the first time he versed him. So he went back to the game plan afterwards.
Mm-hmm.
So again, this is where, again, as storytelling, can you really prepare yourself for Obafemi?
I think this. Look, if you want to know my personal opinion, I think I don't think Obafemi should have won. I honestly felt that Ricky Saints should have won because it would have been easier to either give Ricky Saints an L or a win. It doesn't matter, and it doesn't hurt him in its exhibition. That's why I'm shocked that Obafemi won.
I think they put it on Obafemi so Obafemi could beat Cody.
But then you're pretty much, and then what? You're gonna get WrestleMania Cody versus Roman, and Cody beats Roman, but he just lost to Obafemi.
Nobody's gonna remember this match after Saturday Night Main Event. Nobody.
We will.
No. What's gonna remind you when Obafemi in 2 or 3 months gets elevated to the main roster, or gets elevated to the main roster after WrestleMania, the Raw after WrestleMania, or whatever, the SmackDown after WrestleMania. He makes his presence felt as Cody's out talking about how he's defended again and this and that. And then Obafemi's music hits. And he's like, I've already beat you once. I know I can beat you again. I want the title, or however Obafemi would say it.
All right, we're rolling in circles here. So I'm going to go with my pick. And I'm going to go and say that Obafemi does not beat Cody Rhodes. I say Cody wins. And Cody, because Ricky Saints or somebody gets involved, either Trick Williams, somebody jumps into this match, because you're going to have them duke it out. You're going to be able to see Obafemi showcase himself, but he's not beating Cody. Somebody gets involved, even though it's an exhibition match. You can't afford to have Obafemi beat Cody. And then Cody go up against Roman and beat Roman. That defeats the purpose. Then why is WrestleMania Cody versus Roman? It should be Obafemi versus Roman, because Obafemi beat Cody. So I'm gonna go with Cody winning this match.
Yeah, you don't understand wrestling. Like as far as you know how many times world champions have been beat in non-title matches and came back to win the title matches? Mr. AEW, wasn't this every week?
Sir, I'm spicing it up, sir.
Every week they had the contenders match where when the champion wrestled the opponent won. So the next week we could run it back for the title, and who won then?
I'm not playing it safe. Obafemi loses, sir.
No, you're playing it safe. If you're not playing it safe, your champion takes an L, and you tell a good-ass story to bring it back.
Obafemi's going to go back to NXT. Now, if this elevate, if check this out. If Obafemi beats Cody, and then Obafemi says, you know what, man? I don't need this NXT. I'm going to drop the belt, and I'm going straight into the roster, and now the next fight I want is a title match against Cody again, because I just whooped his ass, then that would be amazing. Then I would say, you know what? Obafemi should win.
No.
And you elevate him that way. And
let me tell you this.
If Obafemi I don't need this shit.
If Obafemi does lose to Cody Rhodes, keep his ass on NXT.
Yeah, that's what they're going to do.
No, that's not what's going to happen.
Okay, so
Obafemi will win. He'll go back to NXT as the man who beat the heavyweight champion for a couple more months, and then he'll make his roster debut at Royal Rumble or whatever it's going to be, and he's going to elevate with already a win over the heavyweight champion. On to the next match, Sol Ruca and Bayley.
Look, Sol Ruca for me should win this. I want Sol Ruca to win this. And I actually think Sol Ruka's gonna win this. I'm thinking my gut feeling is telling me Sol Ruka should win this, and I feel that she should win this. And I think it will actually play out because Bailey's gonna start questioning herself. So I'm gonna go on a limb. I'm gonna say Sol Ruka's gonna win this. I mean, I'm a little bit afraid that Zarya might get involved, but I don't. Again, this is a Saturday night main event. We haven't had people get involved. That's one thing we've
No,
noticed on all the Saturday night main
exactly.
events. So
So you think they're going to have Ricky Saints get involved though?
no, but I still think Cody should be Obafemi because then it defeats the purpose of Cody going into WrestleMania and then beating Roman Reigns. That's my so I'm gonna stick.
Nobody says he's going to WrestleMania to take on Roman Reigns. But okay.
But that's what they're trying to do. So
Yeah,
I'm
you
gonna
think
stick
so?
with Obafemi over there, but
All right.
I with Obafemi losing. But I'm gonna go with Sol Ruka. I say Sol Ruka pulls it off and beats Bailey.
Well, you know that limb you're on?
Mm-hmm.
That mofo about the break because my fat ass is joining you on that limb.
Oh,
I got Sol Ruka winning as well. And I just think the way they set this up is probably you're gonna have a great match, I believe. You know, Bailey can, you know, accentuate a lot of Sol Ruka's positives, make Sol Ruka, you know, look like a star. Not that she needs a lot of help to do that, but I think it's a perfect time on a Saturday night main event. All eyes are going to be on it. And I believe this will be the match right after Cena Gunther because they're going to want eyes on Sol Ruka.
I actually feel the AJ Styles Dragon Lee match is gonna follow the Gunther one. I'm the end of John Cena one.
Maybe. That, because again, if you do that and that the Gunther Cena match goes a while, eyes may leave. So you may do the tag team match second. You're right. Maybe.
Maybe. I mean, don't get me wrong. I think personally, I hope this is what I'm hoping. I'm hoping that Bailey Sol Ruka match is the match of the night after John Cena Gunther one. I said that should outbeat the Cody Rhodes one and outbeat the AJ Dragon Lee fight, but could be wrong. All right, so tag team, sir. I've already picked all the time first. I'm gonna pass the buck to you. Who do you got? You got AJ Styles and Dragon Lee versus Javon Evans and Leon Slater.
I think this is going to be a kick-ass match, but I think in the end, AJ and Dragon Lee. I call him AJ Lee. I call him AJ Lee as the tag team. I think AJ Styles and Dragon Lee win this. I think the young guys, you know, show what they can do, but I think in the end, I think you're going to end up getting Leon Slater either hitting Javon Evans or Javon Evans hitting Leon Slater, and then the tag team champions take control of it and get the win.
Damn, Sean, bro, you're stealing my idea because I was leaning towards AJ Styles and Dragon Lee winning this as well. But I have Cody winning, and then I have Sol Ruka winning. I wonder if they're going to add one more match. Do you think they're going to add one more match and make it 5?
Don't think so, man.
It's a 2-hour show, right? So
yeah, but I think you're going to get Cena get like a half hour, and then when his match ends, they're going to televise his bye-bye speech, not like Goldberg's.
I know the disrespect, right? WWE, right, Josh? We know the disrespect that they did to damn freaking Goldberg. God damn it. I'm gonna go out on the limb. I'm gonna switch my pick, and I'm gonna say Javon Evans and Leon Slater are gonna win this one. They'll figure out a way to pull it off against AJ. I mean, there's no tag team belts or anything.
Yeah, no, I don't disagree with that. I think it could go that way too, but I'm going Sol Ruka, Obafemi. I think the veterans got to win somewhere. That's going to be the one to give it.
And I think the other reason I go with Leon Slater and Javon Evans is because Javon Evans lost to Gunther a couple weeks ago. So it makes sense for him to win one now against the main roster.
You still show what those guys can do. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's why I'm like, in this match, you're going to see everything Javon Evans can do, everything Leon Slater can do. And Josh, let me ask you something, buddy. I'm going to tell you something right now. As Big O would say, double secret probation. All right. Mention Goldberg one more time. And you will be escorted out of the chat.
Eric Mudias is in the building. What's up, bro? Tag match is going to steal the show. Hopefully, man. I mean, I still think Sol Ruka and Bailey are going to steal it after the Gunther.
I think those two matches are going to be, those are two matches that are going to steal.
This is an actual pretty decent card for a Saturday night.
Because you don't know, again, it's a card that's not safe.
Well, remember too, last Saturday night main event was really good too, right? We had a really good Saturday night main event last time as well. So they did deliver. So you got Dragon Lee and AJ Styles, or AJ Lee. No, I'm sorry. And then Javon Evans and Leon.
That's what I call him, AJ Lee, baby. AJ Lee all day.
All right. So if they don't add any more matches, sure. We got our final match here: John Cena versus Gunther. Now, before, obviously, I guess what we could do, and if it's cool with you, is pick a winner and then say what you think they should do next. Like, what is like
Mhm.
the what you mentioned at the beginning of the show. Like, where are we getting with this fight?
Yeah. You want me to go first?
Yeah, go for it, man.
I have Gunther picking up the victory.
Okay.
I have him picking up the victory and him grabbing the microphone, or even on Raw probably, and saying that he is, and then although he's only beaten one legend if he beats John Cena, because he's beaten a legend and a Goldberg, but he could be the legend killer. And then I believe we will see the reemergence of a Mr. Randall Keith Orton.
Wow.
And maybe this drops little crumbs. I don't know what Randy's problem. I don't know what issues he's got. I don't know if there's medical, he's been gone for a while. What better way for him to go out at WrestleMania as Legend Killer versus Legend Killer and pass the baton on to Gunther and start setting up the crumbles now for that match.
Okay, that's not bad. I'm gonna go the same route with you, where I feel that Gunther's gonna win this. I don't feel that John Cena will win it, because if you have Gunther lose, where is that gonna lead him? That's not gonna lead him to anything, obviously. But I'm gonna go a different route. I say that once Gunther beats John Cena, the next person that Gunther's gonna go after is another legend, and it's by the name of Rey Mysterio. And I feel that after he goes and he's attacked, he's eliminating these legends, he's gonna now go after Rey Mysterio to end his career and go that route as well. That way you could kind of call him the legend killer, which eventually could obviously pick up a steam and then be Randy.
That would continue in the path, I thought, and your way might seem, because now you give him somebody to go after in between Royal Rumble, being Rey Mysterio, but I still think Rey Mysterio gets put out by Dom. I think Dom takes his dad out behind the shed and
look,
his career.
Josh says, I have Gunther getting jumped in the back, and it will be Jericho versus Cena. Here's the problem. That would be amazing.
I mean,
that would be amazing, bro.
Man, dude.
That would be amazing.
You know what would be funny? I think I would enjoy seeing it, but I don't want to see Jericho in the ring. I said this when he was in AEW. I don't need to see Jericho wrestle anymore. I don't.
What about if Gunther beats John Cena, and then he says, "Yo, I am the legend killer, and I'm gonna beat all the legends out there," and then Chris Jericho
could, and then you beat him if he does him, and then you do Orton. I mean, you could set this up for Gunther to go on a hell of a run with legends. To be honest, I mean, you could do a lot, and then maybe he gets too big for his britches, and it's Brock Lesnar against Gunther.
Remember, they had a
Brock Lesnar walks out and be like, "I'm a legend." I'm like, whoa, okay.
Remember, I think it was a couple of WrestleManias ago, or it might have been SummerSlam. I don't remember, when it was Gunther versus Drew McIntyre versus Sheamus, and those three went at it, and that was a hell of a fight between those three guys.
They beat the crap out of each other.
So having Brock versus Gunther would be an interesting.
I'm just thinking, because again, when you go down the line of legends, I mean, look, right now you go. I mean, again, term loosely, Goldberg, Cena. If it is Jericho or Mysterio, and then if it's Jericho after that, or whatever it is, you have at least 4 to 5 legends lined up for you if that's the route you want to go.
Here's the only thing that I'm now remembering. This is the first match. So you can't have a Jericho come out in the first match, because then it'll destroy the pay-per-view. I mean, the Saturday Night Main Event. How can the other matches live up to having Chris Jericho come out? So I don't think that's gonna happen. That's
And especially like this is the other thing I think a lot of people are forgetting, man. And I know Eric Morias says there is that Super Cena, and while I agree with you, I think if he had a few more matches left, he probably beats Gunther. I'm not gonna lie, but I don't see Cena going out like on a victory lap. That's just not what he has ever done. Think about everything he's done. He was on a pay-per-view. Undertaker couldn't even barely walk to the ring of a WrestleMania. He told John Cena that the streak was already over. You gonna win tonight. And he said, no, it's WrestleMania. And he got beat in 10 seconds. Undertaker grabbed him, choke slammed him, tombstone pile driver, done. That's what Cena does. Cena gives back, and this is his opportunity, as I believe, as we've been discussing, for him to give to Gunther, not for him to go on a title run, for him to be bigger than that. I'm putting legends away. And I don't think it was brought, I think it was brought up on purpose on one of the Raws about, don't forget, it was a Saturday Night Main Event when Gunther retired Bill Goldberg. Like, you don't say stuff like that if it's not, little crumbs or eggs being dropped in there for a reason.
Yeah, I mean, look, this is the thing that the last Saturday Night Main Event, it was Cody Rhodes beat Drew McIntyre. Nobody got involved in that match. Jake Cargill destroyed Tiffany Stratton. Nobody got involved in that match. Dominic Mysterio, Penta, and Rusev. Nobody got involved in the Dom Mysterio match. Dom was the one using the fake hammer to ring the bell and all that shit. That was funny. Yeah. And then CM Punk beat Jey Uso, new champion, obviously CM Punk. So nobody got involved in any of these matches. So I feel like this Saturday night, nobody's gonna get involved either. I think they're gonna be clean matches. I wish somebody would get involved, but I don't think that it's gonna happen. So that's why if we do the Jericho story, or we do what No Doubt is saying, maybe The Miz or any of these guys, I guess you would have to wait until Monday night. Monday night would then be I think that would be the next time we would see it. Now, I wouldn't be surprised if that happened. Maybe Gunther does come out, starts talking about, hey, I just beat the greatest of all time. And then that's when you hear Chris Jericho come out and say, okay, now what?
Yeah, hear the countdown.
That would go insane.
Break the walls down.
Which would be great. I think it would be really good for WWE if they went that route. I thought it would be good. Now, again, guys, this could go either way. Like, a lot of you guys think maybe Cena.
I think every one of these matches, and that's why they did it this way. Every one of these matches, you can see either way. There's not one match where I can sit there and say, that's who they're going with. I know who I think my pick would be, but that's not saying that they will go that route. And that's what I like about this card is, you don't know. It's not predictable. You might think that, okay, Cody probably should beat Obafemi because he's a champion, but that don't mean they have to go that route. And the fact that they made sure everybody understands these are exhibition matches kind of hammers home things that, normally you wouldn't see, I feel like.
Well, that's true. And No Doubt says, hey, are they lining up retirement tours? Because the next retirement tour either could be AJ Styles, could be
Jericho and AJ Styles. Yeah.
Yeah. Rey Mysterio might be down the line as well. He's up there in age too.
My understanding was that was the talk with Jericho, was to bring him back in kind of on a retirement tour and lead into Hall of Fame.
Now, let me ask you this, because, again, I want to give Bobby and Josh over there on their podcast a shout out, because they were talking about this, and I want to get your opinion, because I was a little bit upset of what they were saying, and I wish hopefully one of you guys one of these days would like to join our show, and maybe we could have them as a guest. They were saying, and this is going back a little bit, Gunther versus LA Knight, right? And you saw what they did to LA Knight on Monday. It just feels like the WWE keeps shitting on LA Knight. I don't understand why. But do you feel that WWE got it right by putting Gunther as the winner of the tournament?
Yes.
Why?
Because if LA Knight wins it, what does he do?
Okay, but let me ask.
I'm asking you, if LA Knight wins it, what's next for LA Knight? There's nothing there. The thing was,
there is something there for him.
No, there's nothing there for him right now. There's
okay,
nothing.
This is the reason
He's
why
not going from retiring John Cena to getting a match with CM Punk, who's in the middle of a feud with the Vision.
But it helps elevate LA Knight because LA Knight has never won
LA Knight
a
doesn't need
championship.
that. But see, that's the problem. Like, for everybody that says they love LA Knight, yeah, why don't you believe that he's already there?
Because he's never won the WWE
It
championship.
doesn't matter. It's not all about wins and losses, man.
He's never even chased it. Like
Exactly. But do you think he's going to chase CM Punk? No,
Yes,
he's not going to chase him until there's a heel.
He had a couple of freaking moments when he was having that feud with him and Jey Uso and CM Punk. All three of them were involved. There was.
Yeah,
It
but
happened.
But it wasn't for him. It was for Jay.
Okay, but
It was, you know
but
what I'm saying?
that's the whole point of John Cena's tournament, and the whole point of John Cena technically was to elevate somebody, to help them get better, right? How are you elevating Gunther? He was already a champion. He was
Once
a world
they put him in
champion.
the
He's
tournament,
elevated.
I said we knew we heard rumblings that Gunther was going to win. Once he got announced, I was like, oh, he's winning because
That's
how
playing
do
it
you-
safe.
But how do you beat Gunther? Like, how do you beat him in that tournament?
What are you talking
LA
about?
Knight-
LA Knight. Did you see that fight between LA Knight and Gunther? LA Knight had a shot at beating him.
But that
You
Jay
could have
White's
beat that.
gonna-
And then not only did LA Knight lose, but then they made him look like a little bitch by freaking tapping out in the middle of the ring. Like, I was like, dude, what is the hate that they have with this guy? Like, they
It's not
really
the hate,
do not like
man,
him.
dude. This is the thing.
Go ahead.
So the reason he was beaten down last night was to write him off of TV. I tell you before, WWE has this stuff planned out.
Okay.
Maybe
I
Cena
get it.
won. Cena might have said, "Hey, I want LA Knight," and WWE was like, "No, it's not going to be that because we're writing him off of TV to give him time off to reboot so that he can come back for Royal Rumble and people will kind of, remember and forget about some of the things that have happened with them here in the little bit of past." That's what they do when they write you off TV. They want you to go and see. LA Knight has been the workhorse of WWE.
This
Him and
past year,
Dominic.
yeah.
Him and Dominic have been the workhorses. They've done more matches than anybody else by a far.
The last 2 years, yeah.
Yes. So this was their chance. They knew, okay, we are just like what they did with Lyra.
But they
Think
didn't.
about this.
But they didn't shit on Dom. They never wrote him off.
Not Dom. Not talking about Dom.
No, but you're saying that they've been the workhorse, right?
Yeah.
And what was the route that they went with Dom? They kept elevating him to the point where he actually became
Dom
a
has
champion.
elevated himself, just like LA Knight has elevated himself.
Exactly.
Even in losses, bro. Like,
So then
when he
why do
walks out, when
you
his music hits, is anybody going, oh, no?
for
Whereas flip the script here, Jey Uso, the whole crowd ain't eating with them anymore.
No, they're not, bro.
But LA Knight still got the LA Knight, yeah,
Yeah, that's been going for a while too.
because he got the fan. And again, it goes back to where
But they shit on him, bro. I'm
they
just
don't
giving.
shit on him, man.
I gave him a perfect. I give you a
It's
perfect
pro
example,
wrestling, bro.
dude.
Everybody can't fucking win every time.
I understand that, but what I'm trying to tell you is, look at the two routes that they went. You went and you said, "Hey, look, those two guys have been the workhorse of WWE, 100%." What did they do with Dom? They didn't beat the crap out of Dom and then write him off. That way they can bring him back. They didn't do that.
Because
They
he's
elevated
a
him
heel,
all the
and
time.
he's got the title.
But LA Knight doesn't need to be written off either. He beats John Cena. He beats Gunther. He elevates and then beats John Cena, and then you elevate him to then go against either CM Punk or Cody Rhodes or somebody. You could do that. That would help LA Knight. But you didn't do that. You went
LA
ahead.
Knight could go out there on Monday night and talk crap and challenge CM Punk and challenge Cody Rhodes, and you get the same thing,
Damn, bro.
whether he wins the match or not.
You're like, damn, where's Adrian? I need Adrian on the chat board, bro. Because seriously, you guys are all shitting on LA Knight. Like, if LA Knight,
Bro,
look,
did you not just hear what I said?
you just finished saying that he could challenge this guy or that, and it'll be the same match like if he would have beaten John Cena. That's shitting on him. That's basically saying that it doesn't matter whether
That's
he
not
wins or
shitting
loses.
on him. That's giving
He's
him
the same
praise
guy.
for what he's done, that he doesn't have to win a tournament. Like, to me, Gunther doesn't need to win the tournament either. But once you put Gunther in a tournament, he has to win the tournament.
He did not have to win the tournament. What are you talking about?
Yes, he does.
There was
How do
plenty
you have Gunther lose to Jey Uso 2 times in a row, and then he comes back on his return and loses in a tournament?
Because it's a tournament. You have to go through. You have to go through an obstacle to get to the final.
If they put Randy Orton in there, if they put big names in there, I would say yes. But who you having them lose to? Javon Evans? LA Knight was not going to be the guy to put John to put that they're not going to let another baby face retire the greatest of all time. That's not going to happen. If LA Knight turned heel and started doing that, then I could say, okay, they're not going to let a baby face retire the greatest of all time. Not going to happen.
He's not retiring the greatest of all time. Because all he's doing is that he's still going to be part of WWE show. He still is. And I'm not saying, and this one actually could help.
You're retiring him from in-ring action.
Okay.
Tomorrow's his last match.
You mean on Saturday? But
sorry, Saturday, whatever. You know what I'm saying.
But what I'm trying to say is, what happened? You want to play it safe. You said that WWE keeps playing the safe, missed opportunities. What is the safe call? Gunther gets in the tournament, Gunther wins, Gunther beats John Cena. That's playing it safe.
No, it's not, because you've built up what we just talked about for 20 minutes ago. There is a storyline being built off Gunther beating John Cena. Then you put him against Ray or Chris Jericho or whatever. And you're building. That. What are you doing with LA Knight? LA Knight beats John Cena. He ends his in-ring. Then what's next?
Challenge for the championship belt, which is something that he
then
never
what
gets
are you
a legit
setting up
challenge.
with Braun Breaker and CM Punk and all this for?
Get him in a triple threat match. Put them all three together.
And what does that do for LA Knight? Great. You're the third wheel. You're the third wheel. Here
put
him
in there
Knight.
and then have him win
and
then have him win the championship belt.
No.
You keep shitting on LA Knight. WWE
You're not shitting on him at all.
WWE keeps shitting on LA Knight, bro.
Let me ask you this. Do you think maybe that could be LA Knight returns after being beat down and was like, I'm tired of being shit on? I'm going to take things into my own hand? Could this be part of what they're working?
When have they done that, man, with the guy? They've never done that with the guy.
What are you talking about? When have they done that with the guy?
Look what they just did to him on Monday. They had freaking Bronson Reed tsunami his ass on a fucking car. Dude, how bad can it be that you put this guy on the ground?
Yeah, he's out. He's gone for the Royal Rumble. He's gone until Royal Rumble.
You screwed him over at Survivor Series by not putting him in that match and War Games. No,
they didn't screw him. Jacob Fatu screwed him.
Why you say Jacob Fatu screwed him?
Because it was supposed to be Cody against Jacob Fatu. LA Knight was supposed to be in Cody's spot. Jacob Fatu got hurt. Cody had no spot. Cody slid into LA Knight's spot.
Dude, but WWE could have just gone with the story and make a left turn, a curveball. Throw in LA Knight. We don't need Cody in that position in the War Games. But they didn't do that. They pushed him out. And then not only that, then you know that WWE has some type of beef with LA Knight. Because when LA Knight grabbed that sign and said, hey, I should be the one in War Games, did you see the reaction in the back when Triple H and the other guy were like, oh my God, this guy again, like bringing this shit up. And then what happens? They put him in the tournament. They screw him again over. They went ahead and they put him against Gunther. And not only did Gunther beat him, but Gunther freaking tapped him in the middle of the field.
Where did you see them doing that at?
It was on social media, but I don't remember where.
Who released that?
I don't.
Who's in the back of a WWE green room where the people are to catch video of Triple H going, oh, this goddamn guy? Well, you don't think this is part of storyline? Really? Really? Some fan just accidentally walked through the curtain at a perfect time to film that, and then it gets released.
Okay, but then you want to
get released. I mean,
okay. I better see LA Knight win a championship belt then, and not the IC belt or the USA belt.
I'm not saying that he'll ever win it, but I don't think.
But that's the whole point. If you're building this storyline,
but everybody doesn't. It's not a fucking participation trophy, bro.
He's not a participation. He's a workhorse.
Win a title.
He's been fucking busting his ass this whole
That's
past
fine.
year,
That's
and
fine.
now you
know how
want
many
to
people have
compensate him.
busted their ass and not gotten
Did
a world championship?
Didn't Triple H go and say, "Hey, look, if you put in the work, don't worry, your time will come"? Dom did the damn thing, and what did he do? He got compensated with the IC belt
Yeah, he's
and
got the
the
IC
Triple
belt.
A one.
Does he got the heavyweight title?
He's not elevated to that level.
Well, I'm just
yet.
saying. I mean,
But he got
I'm
the
just
Triple A
saying,
belt.
You're saying world titles mean everything. So in that case,
Not
Dom
world
is a
titles.
piece of shit.
It's not the world titles that mean
POS.
everything. It's not the world titles that mean
Dom
everything.
should be let go by WWE. Sit him out.
I'm not
Get rid of
saying
him.
that. But what
Get
I'm
rid
saying
of Dirty Dom.
is LA Knight has
Never
already
gonna have
won.
a title.
LA Knight has already won the USA belt. LA Knight has won those belts before. The only thing that's left for LA Knight is a heavyweight belt. So give him the opportunity. The only time he actually won something, and it was only because Seth Rollins got hurt. That's the only reason. He would have lost that match as well. The guy keeps getting L's. It's like him and Drew McIntyre. Or like, yo, let's shit on these guys because these guys are not going to win anything.
How about them two form a team then and come back? The shit eaters. Dom.
I don't think
You
they
know,
would
Drew
even...
McIntyre and LA Knight, the shit eaters. All they do is eat shit.
I'm just saying. Look, if you're saying that that's the story that they want to bring
I'm not saying that story, but it could be part of a story. They wrote him off last night, so obviously he. And again, with what Cena said when he pitched some things, maybe he did pitch that, but they were like, "No, we're writing him off so that we can bring him back down the line." So that's not going to happen. We don't know. I'm not saying that it's going to happen. But also, again, I go back to the instant gratification. Let it play out. LA Knight's eating a lot of shit. What's going to happen when he finally wins the title? And he can tell everybody
I don't
to
think he is.
F off.
I don't think he's ever going to win it.
Well, we'll see. I don't think that he ever needs to win a title, to be honest with you. That guy's done more in his career than I think a lot of people thought he would do.
If we have him...
And to be honest, he's been in WWE longer than I thought he would. And that might be because VKM is no longer in control.
Think about this. You put the heavyweight title, and no disrespect to him, because he's pulling out an amazing hottie right now. You put the belt on Damian Priest, the heavyweight belt, before you even put one on LA Knight.
Yeah, because at that time, it was part of the story. I keep saying Dom. Drew, Damian, CM Punk. Damian doesn't win it if he doesn't get the Money in the Bank, and CM Punk puts out Drew.
You're telling me that Damian Priest is better
than
than LA
have
Knight?
it for? How long did Damian have it for?
He had it for a while. What are you talking about?
I don't remember if it was a while.
He had it for a couple of months. He
didn't have months is not a while.
He probably had it for like a good 3 to 4 months, I think, at least minimum. But at least he held it. LA Knight hasn't even held it. He hasn't even sniffed it. This guy is like getting shit on. I just feel bad for the guy. I'm like, yo, and I'm not even an LA Knight fan. That's why I said when I was, these guys were talking about it and they were saying, oh, is that LA Knight would not be able to deliver the same type of match as Gunther. What are you talking about? You're discrediting LA Knight. I'm not saying LA Knight is better than Gunther, but LA Knight is not
two different styles, though. That's the thing.
But LA Knight is not a ragdoll. He's no Nikki Bella in the ring. So come on, man. He's no Damian Priest in the ring. So like, don't disrespect the guy. Help him, elevate him, and that's why I felt like they needed to give him the win over Gunther, and I felt like they played it safe by giving it to Gunther. And then now they're gonna they're doing that storyline. Okay, fine. But we think about it, bro. They predicted this, that he was gonna win the tournament, and then they gave us that. They gave us Gunther winning the tournament. Like, what? Again, another missed opportunity. You're giving us basic shit that we knew was gonna happen. Damn. Like, come on. What was so special about the Attitude Era? The Attitude Era, and I'm not saying that this era is ever gonna get to that. But the Attitude Era would give us everything. Sometimes you would get you would barely get the basic stuff. You would get stuff that you'd be like, damn, this guy could roll, this guy could roll, this guy. The problem that WWE is having is that they don't have enough high-end wrestlers. They got the same old geezers winning over and over again. You already have Gunther who has won. Why can't you elevate LA Knight to win as well? Even if he is a baby, he could turn a heel if he wanted to, or let the fans choose if he wants to be a baby or a heel, like when Stone Cold was around. You need to switch it up. And they didn't do that. They went the easy route. They went the Gunther route. Whoop-de-doo. It looks like Sean is acting like he froze because I can still see him move. Unless he actually did freeze. Did you freeze, Sean? Yeah, it looks like Sean did freeze.
No, I didn't. Priest was champion for 118 days.
So about a little bit more than 3 months.
You see it right, about 3 months. About 3 months. Well, 4 months. 4 months, right?
How many
30 days.
times? How long has LA Knight been the champion, the heavyweight champion?
None that says here. None.
Okay.
But my thing is like the problem is this, okay? And you can say like, oh, but if you looked back in the Attitude Era, I remember actually the funny part about this all. I watched a thing today from one of Taker's podcasts.
Okay.
Taker wins the title from Stone Cold.
Yeah.
The next Raw, 7 days later. 7 days. Vincent Kennedy McMahon gets Undertaker, Steve Austin, The Rock, and Kane in a room together and says, Taker, business isn't good. You're dropping the belt back to Steve. And Taker was like, I wasn't upset that they wanted me to drop the belt. I was upset that he said that in front of my peers.
Yeah, that's kind of a dick move to say that to them.
But that's the way it happened back then.
Yeah.
Eddie Guerrero lost the title because the live house shows business wasn't what it was when Brock Lesnar was the champion.
Yeah, I remember.
You know what I'm saying? And now there's no house shows.
Yeah, because they have the Saturday night main events now.
Main events and stuff like that. Yeah. So, I mean, it's like, okay, now might be the time to test Knight as a champion. But I think you got to let it play out because my understanding, and again, if you want to read certain publications, you're going to go there. There were 3 people tabbed next year. One already started with Stephanie Vickers. She actually got up earlier. Laya Valkyria was one. Actually, 4 total. Julia was one in LA Knight.
Don't give me Julia, man. You
In
know
LA
Julia's getting
4,
cut.
Those were the 4 people that were going to get elevated to look well in 2026. Now, when you look back at some of this stuff, Stephanie Vickers is the champion right now, so she's there, right? Laya Valkyria hasn't been in the ring in the last couple of weeks. They only have her doing backstage segments, which usually means they're going to be doing a reset with her.
Damn.
LA Knight just got written off of TV, and Julia's not in the ring right now.
Well, she
interfered and attacked
SmackDown.
them on SmackDown. Yeah.
Yeah.
But those 3 are now out of in-ring action so that you out of sight, out of mind, and then you start bringing them back January, February, and reset. And I think that's what you're going to get with LA Knight. I would not, I mess with Adrian because he was like, oh, LA Knight will probably win the Royal Rumble. And the more I look at it, I can't say that he won't unless Seth gets healed. Because right now you're probably looking at Cody Roman and CM Punk, the Royal Rumble winner. Unless they're going to let Roman win the Royal Rumble to go after Cody. So
I wouldn't be surprised if Roman wins the Royal Rumble, bro.
But if you do it that way, LA Knight comes back, wins the Royal Rumble. He takes on CM Punk at WrestleMania.
I just don't see. So, I hope they push LA Knight because I felt like they shit on the guy over and over again, and it's disappointing, man. It's disappointing, and I just feel like the guy has been a workhorse. They gave the pop to Dom, they should give the pop to LA Knight. And if you're gonna drag this where he keeps losing and losing, then same thing with Drew McIntyre. That's another guy that always loses. But see, Drew McIntyre, I feel like Drew McIntyre hasn't snapped to the point where he's like, man, screw this. I mean, he snapped for a minute there, and then
but again,
he got over it. But
it's the heels and babyface. Babyfaces can take losses as long as they do the Drew McIntyre way. And like what Adam Page when he was a heel, what was his thing? I'm right. You guys are cheating me. That's how that makes the good heel because look, I can lose matches, but I was cheated. Like what Becky's doing now with the whole thing where the ref doesn't like me. I was trying to wave my opponent, my teammates over. I wasn't tapping out. Just the stupid stuff.
Yeah.
that you can do as a heel
That was
that you can as a baby, because a baby, unfortunately, is supposed to be getting sympathy, and you don't get sympathy by saying all that stuff. Anything else you want to go over? We can save the other one for the last time. We actually went longer than I thought we were going to go. So
Yeah, I know we gotta go. You gotta go, right?
yeah, soon. Yeah.
No, we're good. I'm good. Unless
All right.
anybody in the chat wants to say anything in any topic you want us
Yeah,
to.
throw it in there, Frankie. Let them know how they can get a hold of you, while the chat can throw in any final comments.
You guys can follow me at Frankie Fresco on all social media platforms. Also, Frankie Fresco, the YouTube channel. Thank you guys for everybody tuning in. If you're on right now, watching on YouTube, on X, on Twitch, on Rumble, on any of those platforms, go to YouTube for just a minute. Hit the like on both my channel and on Sean Stanley's channel. And for the guys and gals who are who watch the show afterwards, who catch the replay, can you do us a favor as well and hit the like, and also go ahead and share with everybody out there? That way we could keep growing our channels and hopefully deliver more and more wrestling information and fun topics for you guys.
All right. You can reach me at Stanley Media House on YouTube, on Instagram, on Facebook, on Twitch, Stanley Media House Network on YouTube, and I'm at SS_Sports Talk on X. Want to appreciate No Doubt for being in. Great Spencer. Chad joined in on the chat tonight. Appreciate you. Josh in. Accelerated Prey MX. Don't forget, cheap viewers, baby. Cheap viewers. That's all we need. Remove the space. Appreciate you jumping in on the chat tonight. Let me see here. Where we got? Eric Morias. Appreciate you there. Murias. Nico Coleman. Appreciate you jumping in on the chat. Adrian. I know they're probably over there on Finn's TV now. Sammy was in as well. Let's see, make sure I don't miss anybody.
Your papa was on there too.
My dad was in there as well. Yes.
Bobby Finn's talk was there.
Bobby was in as well. Yes.
Shout out to them.
Appreciate all of them for jumping in. EA Minutes was in as well.
Yeah, but he was under a different name, Richie TWE.
Yeah, he does both of them for some reason. I don't know. He was in his EA Minutes 06 today. He kind of said Zuo, and then he said Richie TWO. He's in both. So he tag teamed us today. Look at that.
Oh man, please pause.
Samurai Kai was in as well, and he was in early today, so he caught us early, and I guess he dipped out on us now. But we appreciate each and every one of you that tune in to us. Tuesdays, 7 p.m. Frankie, next Tuesday, we good? I don't know what your schedule looks like. So
yeah, no, we should be good for the next couple of weeks. We should be fine.
There you go. Tuesday, 7 p. The place to be. It is the Squared Circle Digest for Frankie Fresco. I am Sean Stanley, in words of the great Gordon Soley. So long from the sun, shine, state.
The Squared Circle Digest!